Welcome to our music workshop on family and friends. We can't have you all in here still, but I'm so glad you're watching. We want to say hello to Elizabeth Chifley Preschool, Scallywags Childcare. We want to say hello to Northern Road Van in Inverell, everyone. Now Inverell, you asked us to do family and friends, so we hope you enjoy it. We've got some special friends in today that we're going to talk to as well a bit later on. But we always start with, what do you think my name is? I wonder if you know my name. Hello, 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 hello. What do I think your name is? I wonder if I know your name is. Hello, 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 hello. Now we have to do a special song for the minute to keep us all safe. So those of you who've heard it before, you can sing along. This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we wash our hands to keep us all safe. This is the way we have a sneeze. Have a sneeze. Have a sneeze. This is the way we have a sneeze to keep us all safe. And when we want to say hello to friends, we have to wave, or we have to bump with our elbows. This is the way we say hello, say hello, say hello. This is the way we say hello to keep us all safe. Have a look at all of the families that we've got in our room today. All of the different types of families. Because all families are not the same. How many people live in your house? How many people live in your house? 1, my mother. 2, my father. 3, my sister. 4, my brother. How many people live in your house? How many people live in your house? You have a think about your family and how many people live in your house. Are there 2 or 3 or 4 in a family? 5 or 6 or more in a family? I'm in a family and you're in a family. Families are not the same. Families are large and families are small, and families are short and families are tall. They're not the same as you recall, 'cause families are not the same. Let's do that one again. Are there 2 or 3 or 4 in a family? 5 or 6 or more in a family? I'm in a family and you're in a family. Families are not the same. Families are large and families are small, and families are short and families are tall. They're not the same as you recall, 'cause families are not the same. Let's have our story. Today, our story is one by Bob Graham, and it's called First There Was Frances. Here's Frances. Look, she's riding along on her bike. First, there was Frances. Frances lived alone, and there was a long wooden fence near her house. Over the fence was the city. Then came Graham. Graham worked at the airport. He caught a dog chasing the planes. The dog was shaggy and red and the colour of rust. They called him Teak. Teak chased fleas and moths and seagulls out on the rubbish dump. Have a look at Frances' tummy. What do you think? Then came Marisol and Fraser. Marisol and Fraser liked to go riding with Frances and Graham on their motorbike. Look. and Teak, and then came Grandma. Grandma lived in her own caravan. She grew vegetables and little red flowers. She watered them every day, but Teak trampled on Grandma's vegetables. Then came Katie the goat. Katie lived in the laundry and ate cake. She also ate Grandma's flowers. Look at Grandma's face. Oh, what? Then came the guinea pigs, Errol and Beryl. They ate lettuce and long grass. Their cage was moved every day and there were little patches in the lawn. Then came Triller the canary. Grandma bought him in the pet shop. Triller would not sing and he looked a bit miserable. Grandma gave him dandelions. He was molting and his feathers went everywhere. He looked like he was wearing somebody else's clothes. Then came Nugget the billy goat. He was fierce and smelly. Nobody liked Nugget except Katie. He nearly pinned Fraser to the gate. Francis rescued Fraser just in time. Ooh, look at his cranky face. Then came Teufel the alley cat. Teufel could not reach Triller the canary. She leapt wildly at Katie the goat, and Katie lifted her high in the air, but Teufel always landed on her feet. Then came the baby goats, Ruby, Earl and Curl. Nugget tried to move into the laundry with Katie, but he made Graham's shirts all smelly. Oh, look, he's running off with Graham's shirts. Then came the guinea pig babies. One was called Smokey and one was called Hazel. Teufel tried to catch them. So now there were Francis, Graham and Teak, Marisol and Fraser, Grandma, Triller, Teufel, Errol and Beryl and Smokey and Hazel, Katie and Nugget and Ruby, Earl and Curl. That's not counting the black cat Puma, who came to live in the cupboard, and her kitten Barnaby, and the ferret Nosy with his pink eyes. I can't even see the ferret. He's hiding. Oh, there he is. They all learned to live together in the back garden near the city. Teak caught his fleas and moths, but he never caught a seagull. Triller grew his feathers and started to sing again. Smelly Nugget did move into the laundry with Katie the goat. Graham kept his shirts out of the laundry, and they watched Teufel the cat very carefully near the guinea pigs, and Grandma built a fence around her flowers and her vegetables. And then came... Who can be coming now? The horses. And that's when they all moved to the country. Now that's a very full house, isn't it? Families are not the same. Do you know, if you've been watching us for a long time, we've had instruments in. We've had the trumpet, we've had the violin, we've had the xylophone, we've had the glockenspiel, we've had the drums. And when we talk about them, we always talk about what family they belong to in the orchestra. So today we've got some special guests that are going to show us the whole string family. So let's say hello to them. Are you ready? What do you think her name is? I wonder if you know. Her name is
Nicole.
Hello, 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 hello. What do you think his name is? I wonder if you know. Your name is?
Max.
Hello, 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 hello. Now, Max and Nicole have brought in the string family. Just have a look at all of the people, or all of the instruments in the string family. And Nicole and Max are going to tell you all about them. First of all, could you tell us what they're made of, Nicole?
All of the stringed instruments are made from special sorts of wood. Certain trees. I think one of the trees that they're made from is maple, a maple tree. But lots of other types of woods. Do you know any other woods that the instruments are made from, Max?
Occasionally some spruce.
And some spruce as well. You might have heard of those trees.
And they all have one thing the same. That's the strings.
Strings are not made of wood. They're made of metal. You can see these strings. All the instruments of the string family have 4 strings. And they're made of metal, and they are attached down here, and they go up all the way to the pegs up here.
And what do we use the pegs for?
So that you can tune the strings, so you get them to play certain notes that you need to play these instruments.
So the little pegs tighten the strings?
That's right, they tighten them and they loosen them.
Wow. Well, could you show us all the different ones that you've got there and tell us a little bit about them?
Well, there are 4 main instruments in the string family. And the smallest one is the violin. So this is the violin, which I've come and played for you before. And when people start playing the violin, they're often really quite young. They're often only 4 or 5. And this would be too big.
It would be too
So
big.
that's why we brought along one of our baby violins.
Yes,
So even there are families within families.
Oh, look
So
at that
you
little
can have-
one.
That's a little one for someone who's about 5 who wants to learn to play the violin. Because this is too big. You probably start playing the full size violin when you're about 11, 10 or 11, unless you grow very big, very young. So this is the violin, and it's the smallest, and because it's the smallest, it plays the highest notes.
Can we hear the highest notes?
So let's hear, we'll play this Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, which is a song that you know. We're going to play that on each instrument, and you'll hear as the instruments get bigger, the song sounds lower.
Wow.
So
That
that's
is
the
high.
violin.
Violin.
Violin. Now this one is called, you would think because this is called the violin, that this one would be called the viola. But for some reason we call this violin and this one viola. This is a viola. Can you see that it is bigger?
It is bigger.
There can be even bigger ones. The viola has quite a few sizes like the violin in its family. But yes, this one is about a middle-sized viola. Now violas are not that much bigger, so they only play a little bit lower. I'll show you. So here's the lowest note on the viola. And I'll play the same song, sounding a little deeper.
Oh, that is lower, yes.
Deep sound. Now, at one point when these instruments were first invented, which was hundreds and hundreds of years ago, like when your parents were children, there used to be another instrument that fitted in between the viola and the instrument that Max is holding.
The cello.
Exactly, and there used to be one in between. But it wasn't as popular. It was a little bit tricky to play because you'll notice when I was playing the violin and the viola, I had it up here on my shoulder. But do you think it would be very easy for Max to play the cello on his shoulder?
I don't think so.
And also, look at that. That could hurt him. That looks very scary and pointy, doesn't it? So, that instrument is no longer, has sort of died out in between the viola and the cello. The cello is very popular because you see how you play it. You play it between your knees like this, and I think Max is going to show us maybe a middle range of the cello.
It looks like when you play the cello, you give it a big hug. What a lovely thing. Can you tell us, what is the big spike for on the bottom of the cello, Max?
That's so my knees don't get tired having to hold this all day.
So it's like a little leg.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can grow it bigger and smaller on its leg depending how big and small you are.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a beautiful one. So it's called the cello. All of these beautiful string instruments you can learn to play at the con. So if you want to learn the little tiny violin, you can come and learn the little tiny violin, or the viola, or the violin, or the cello. And oh my goodness, look at this. What is this one, Max?
This is the double bass. He's the biggest and lowest of the string family.
My goodness me, he is very, very big.
Let's have a look at this.
Look at that.
The difference. And what if we had a baby one?
Look at the baby one. So, has this double bass got a name, Max?
This is my double bass and I love it very much.
Can we hear her sound? Wow, that's very, very low. I noticed Bertha's got a little leg at the bottom too, because she'd be a bit heavy to carry around.
Yeah, I don't think I can lift her like that.
Up.
Oh.
They are beautiful. Do you think you could play together a little tune so we could hear them together as a family? When all the string instruments are in an orchestra, sometimes you have a lot of violins, a few violas, a few cellos, and sometimes 1, 2, or 3 double bass. So there's lots of string instruments in an orchestra. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Sounded fantastic. Thank you very much for bringing them in and showing us. We're going to do a few other songs, and if you want to play in the background for our songs, that would be lovely.
We would love to.
The next song we're going to do, I'm going to use these little blocks. Maybe you could make some. They've got some sandpaper on them and 2 little blocks of wood. Can you hear that sound? So we're going to do skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. So skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. So skidamarinky-dinky-dink, skidamarinky-doo. I love you. Beautiful. Well done. Thank you, Max. Now, I'm sure that you all know this one. Oh, actually, let's use the clapping sticks. That'll make it sound even better. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. The zoo tomorrow. The zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you, you? You can come too, too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Do you want to do that one again? Are you ready? Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow. The zoo tomorrow. The zoo tomorrow. Daddy's taking us to the zoo tomorrow, and we can stay all day. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. How about you, you? You can come too, too. We're going to the zoo, zoo, zoo. Fantastic! Here's a little poem because some families have nannies and poppies and grandmas and grandpas. Sometimes they live with you, sometimes they live far away. Sometimes they live close and you can visit them. So what about this for a little poem? Are you ready? Put your fingers up like this. Here are Grandma's glasses. Here is Grandma's hat. Here's the way she folds her arms and lays them in her lap. Here are Grandpa's glasses. Here is Grandpa's hat. And here's the way he folds his arms and takes a little nap. Here are Grandma's glasses. Here is Grandma's hat. Here's the way she folds her arms and lays them in her lap. Here is Grandpa's glasses. Here is Grandpa's hat. Here's the way he folds his arms and takes a little nap. I love you, you love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from you and me. I love you and you love me. Do you know there's a very beautiful song that you can have a look at sometime on ABC Kids, and it's by the Teeny Tiny Stevies, and it's called Family Love is Love. And I'm going to sing it for you, and I'm going to get you to have a look at all of the families in our little street here. You have a look at them. Are we ready? At 118 Kringle Street lives a mum and a dad and 2 kids under 3. Once a year their stepsister flies out from Mexico way on her school holiday. Number 16 Walnut Road lives a boy, his 2 mums in their weatherboard home. Every Sunday his dad comes on by and they talk over lunch and they show him around. Family, family is all that you dream it to be. At 213 Jumbana Street lives a girl with 2 brothers and a huge lemon tree. They live with their dad and he's all they need, and their grandma helps out there whenever she's free. Number 9, Urunga Road, lives a boy, his half-sister and their mum alone. Mum works nights and studies too, so Mum's sister sleeps over there in the spare room. 'Cause family, family, well, it's all that you dream it. Love is love, love is love. It's all that you dream it to be. At 33 Kalara Court, there's a poodle, a goldfish and a new baby girl. Her dad stays home to look after her, and her mum holds her close when she gets home from work. Ward 51, Waratah Close, lives a couple whose children have long since left home. So they welcomed in 4 foster kids, 'cause their house is big and there's more love to give. Family, family is all that you dream it. Love is love, love is love, love is love, love is love. It's all that you dream it to be. Did you see all the families in our street? Because families are not the same. What about I like you, you like me? We're a special family. I like you and you love me. Won't you be a family? Will you be a friend of mine, a friend of mine, a friend of mine? Will you be a friend of mine and play a game with me? We've all got lots of friends. Think of all the friends that these families have got. All the kids will play outside. Perhaps we might listen to another song by our string family. What about, could we play Twinkle Twinkle together? Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so wide, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Just beautiful. Thank you so much for bringing all those lovely instruments in. Just to finish, I thought we might sing a funny song that you probably know. We're going to use the egg shakers this time. You can make egg shakers out of a little bottle, a drink bottle, and put some rice in them, and then you'll be able to play it like this. We are family. I've got all my family with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. We are family. I've got all my family with me. We are family. Get up everybody and sing. Everyone can see that we're together as a gonna be. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Thank you all for coming and singing with us today on Family and Friends. Thank you to Max and to Nicole for bringing the beautiful string family. And don't forget, if you want to learn to play something in the string family, you can come to the con. See you next time. Bye.